Ever get that feeling like the universe just has a really weird sense of humor?
Yeah.
Like you see
Yeah.
someone doing something completely outrageous, and it's like they just get away with it scot-free.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny because there's actually some research on this. People are kind of like hardwired to look for patterns even when there's, complete chaos.
So we try to make sense of
Yeah.
things even when
Totally.
maybe it's just
random.
random. Yeah,
So,
exactly. And that's exactly
that's what we're talking about today.
what we're diving into today.
Yeah.
So today's material is a snippet of fictional dialogue.
Okay.
It's a very interesting setting.
Oh, right.
It takes place was described as an ethereal bar.
Interesting.
But it really tackles this question that I think we all kind of
I like it already.
grapple with. Like, how do we reconcile our sense of justice with those people who just seem to be untouchable?
I mean, it's an age-old question, isn't it?
It really is, yeah.
Yeah, it's fueled, debates
Right.
for centuries.
So let's paint the picture here.
Yeah.
We're in this celestial watering hole, right? And who do we see propping up the bar? But none other than the late, great George Carlin.
Wow.
God.
Okay.
Yes, that guy.
That guy.
And the always inquisitive detective, Columbo.
What an interesting trio.
I know, right?
Yeah.
It's like the writer was...
To tackle a topic like this.
Yeah.
Very clever. Trying to slide some philosophy in there.
I think...
Without us even noticing.
Yeah, and through humor, too.
Yeah.
Using these familiar...
Exactly, and that the person at the center of this whole cosmic conversation is a guy named Donald.
Donald.
Very thinly veiled stand-in.
Oh.
For, a certain political figure we all know.
Yeah, I think...
And the accusations against him are pretty serious.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're talking fraud.
Yeah.
We're talking inciting insurrection.
Wow, yeah, these aren't minor.
These are not small potatoes.
No.
Right? So it's like, why? How does he just keep getting away with it?
Is it just a flaw in our human systems?
The human system, is it something else entirely? Or is it something bigger?
Right, because God, in this scenario, God has a pretty interesting take.
Oh, really? What's that?
Basically saying
that
all this stuff that's happening down here on Earth is just entertainment.
Entertainment.
For a higher being.
So it's like, we're all just a reality show?
Kind of like
a
cosmic reality show.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you make of that?
Well, theologians have been debating this idea of divine non-intervention for centuries.
It's like, does God step back
and let it all play out?
Play it out.
And if so, why?
Exactly. It's a real head scratcher.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to believe in any particular...
It's not endorsing one belief system over another.
But it does make you think about the role.
But it's asking some tough questions.
It really is, about fate and justice.
So let's go back to the dialogue for a second.
Okay.
It's interesting that they use the nickname Teflon Don for this character. Okay. It's a pretty loaded nickname.
Yeah, that was originally given to...
It was.
John Gotti, wasn't it?
Yeah, the mob boss.
Yeah, the mob boss.
Who seemed to just...
He was famous for just evading...
evade any charges.
Any charges that came his way.
Yeah, and it's like...
Yeah, this idea that nothing sticks to him.
It's almost like he's got this supernatural protection.
Yeah.
Like...
A guardian angel?
Yeah, a guardian angel or some kind of...
Or superpower or something.
Superpower.
Yeah.
And the dialogue even talks about Donald strategically placing... loyalists in key positions of power, which just adds to this feeling of...
It does,
like he's completely immune.
Yeah.
So I guess the question is, what does that do to us when we see that happen?
Like psychologically, what does it do to us as...
a society.
Does it make us cynical?
It could.
Yeah,
I mean, if someone's breaking the rules...
If someone's just breaking the rules left and right... And there's no consequences, of course people are going to start to...
Yeah. You lose faith in the whole system.
You lose faith in the institutions and...
They even start to question, is there even such a thing as fairness?
And it makes you wonder, like, if he can get away with it, why can't I?
Exactly. Yeah, that's the risk of copycat behavior.
Scary thought.
Yeah.
Now we can't forget about Columbo and all of this.
No, he's a key part of this whole thing.
He's like this constant voice of reason.
No, voice of reason.
Just relentlessly searching for the truth.
He's like,
No, the truth seeker.
Yeah, no matter how powerful
yeah.
the person is.
And, while I understand that cynicism, I get it.
Yeah.
It's easy to be cynical when you see someone like Donald seemingly getting away with everything.
Yeah.
But I think Columbo's presence in this whole scenario, it's a reminder that the pursuit of justice, it's a long game.
Okay.
It's a long, arduous process.
It's not always.
And it's not always pretty.
Not easy.
And it's not always going to have a happy ending.
Right.
But it's about that unwavering commitment to due process, that refusal to let things slide.
It's like Columbo saying, just because you don't see justice happening right now.
Doesn't mean it's
not coming.
It's not coming.
It might just take a while.
A little longer.
Yeah.
So I guess we come back to that original question.
Full circle.
Does the universe
have
the sense of humor?
Is it all just
a big joke?
Some kind of cosmic joke?
Right.
I mean, what do you think?
I don't think anyone has the definitive answer to that.
Yeah.
But what I find so fascinating is how this fictional conversation, it really forces us to grapple with those big questions.
Right. It does. It's like,
maybe that's the point.
Yeah, it makes you really think about, like, what is power?
What is power?
What is accountability?
What is accountability?
What is justice? And they're not.
And how do those things all intersect?
And they're not easy answers.
Messy.
Yeah.
They're complex.
It's not black and white.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the point.
And then it also asks us,
right,
what is our role in all of this?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Right.
If we see these people.
If we see these figures.
Yeah, these figures who seem to
operating above the law.
Above the law.
Seemingly untouchable.
What does that say about?
What does that say about us as individuals?
Yeah, as individuals and as
society.
As a society.
Yeah.
Are we just
passive observers?
Yeah, are we just complicit? It's a heavy thought.
It's a heavy thought.
But I think maybe that's what makes this.
Maybe it's a call to action.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a reminder that we can't just sit back and watch this happen.
We have to.
We have to engage critically. We have to demand better.
We have to demand.
We have to work towards creating a more just world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about these deep dives.
Me too.
We don't always have the answers.
Yeah.
But it gets us asking the right questions.
But it gets the wheels turning.
And sometimes that's the most important thing.
It does. It really does.
Because if we're not asking the questions, then how are we ever gonna
find the answers?
Find the answers.
Exactly.
So keep those questions coming.
Keep thinking critically.
Keep thinking critically.
And keep demanding better. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about.
Until next time.
See you next time.